now with GMA3's Podcast of the Month, and this one is all about helping you build a brighter financial future.
It's called Dollar Bill with Bill Rancic, and joining us now is the host himself and New York Times bestselling author Bill Rancic. Bill, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, there we go. Good.
Everyone's really excited. So you're used to getting interviewed. How did the idea for you to become the person doing the interview and doing this podcast all come to be?
You know, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and friends would always call me up, my buddy Jason Kennedy and Taylor Lautner, and they'd be like, hey, thinking about leasing this car, it's $2,000 a month, and I'd have to be like, are you crazy? Like, you're trying to, create wealth here. So I would try to talk them off the ledge, give them financial advice, and then it just kind of came organically. You know, my wife and I, Juliana, were sitting around, she's like, you should do a podcast. And she's a great host as well, so she gave me some tips, and then we kind of birthed the idea of creating Dollar Bill, and it's been fun. We've got some great episodes coming up. We just launched it today, so it's a show for everyone. It's going to teach you how to make more dollar bills, save more dollar bills, and stretch your dollar bill.
Advice beyond don't lease a $2,000.
Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's for everyone. It's not just for people who are in business school or starting their own business. It's to help everybody create a strong financial future.
Yeah, because you have that whole background as an entrepreneur. I was struck, so Eva and I have kind of odd jobs where, because we'll do Good Morning America, we'll have to write those scripts the day before.
Yep.
Your morning kind of starts the night before too, right?
It does.
How does that work?
So I call it my 99-cent solution, and I have a legal pad that I buy a stack of legal pads, and before I go to bed every night, I write down everything I want to get accomplished the next day. And I lay out my clothes the night before so I know exactly what's going to happen, and by the time I'm out of bed, I have my coffee, I'm starting to check things off that list, and there's nothing more gratifying than checking those to-dos off the list. It is awesome. And you get to the end of the day, and it's amazing how productive you are.
That list idea, that's a brilliant
Smart,
idea.
right?
Yeah. I saw this, and it kind of shook me a bit. Your son, Duke, turns 12 next month.
I mean, he almost wears my shoes.
Oh, my gosh.
He's a giant. He's 5 foot, almost 5'6". He has a 10 men's shoe already. It's alarming how tall this guy's going to be. But yeah, he's a hustler too.
Wow. It just seems like yesterday you and your wife, I've been following you and your wife since forever now. So it's like, wow, I can't believe he's 12. I have a 2-year-old.
Okay.
So I'm curious, what financial lessons are you trying to instill in him and as parents that we can instill in our own kids?
Yeah, my parents were both teachers, and they had a great tip for me when I was starting out. It was okay to fail, it was okay to make mistakes, but it was never okay not to try. And Howie's on today's episode, Howie Mandel, and he has a great saying. He says, what does nothing start with? And it's N-O. And when you say no to things, you get nothing. So you have to try things. You have to say yes to opportunities. Otherwise, you're going to look back on your life and you're going to realize that you wasted it and you didn't try anything because you were afraid to fail. And that's, in my opinion, the biggest mistake of all.
I love that. Howie Mandel, also a really good podcast guest. I've listened to him before.
Oh, he's the best.
Yes, fantastic. Bill Rancic, thank you so much for being here. You can catch new episodes of Dollar Bill every Monday wherever you get your podcasts.
That's a clever name.
Thanks.